how to commit and expect your manifestation to come through for you. Without these two things, you're going to feel like you're wobbling and getting some shoddy results. I want to share with you what I have learned, especially in this book I'm going to reference in a couple of videos called The Magician's Way. And it is really incredible how he uses golfing to describe manifesting, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Not golfing, we're going to talk about committing and expecting things to work out, because there are key elements that you want to ask yourself if you are doing these. But before we get started, welcome. My name is Rose, and welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind so you can follow your heart and have what you want. So if you're interested in any of my services, coaching, or you want to join the Rosey Life course and community, you can go to RoseyLife.com and all the information is there, or you can reach out and send me an email. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So in this book, The Magician's Way, it's kind of funny how he uses golf to describe manifesting, but it's really cool. If you're interested in reading the book, I highly recommend it. But anyway, so I got the idea of, like, I get a lot of like little visuals and analogies when I'm reading or listening to people. And I thought, commitment to anything, right, is really required for success. Think about it. When we're manifesting, you can't just kind of once in a while, occasionally hope for the best kind of thing. That's not you committing to it. You might get some results here and there, right? But if you really want to master who you are as the I am, you're going to commit to whatever it is that you desire. And it doesn't mean that you just like ignore everything else in your life. You are committed to the decision that you have made, committed to the scene, committed to the affirmation, committed to that end result. Now, think about the word commitment, and this is what I thought about, right? Is commitment, where do we commit? We commit in relationships, we commit in a business. Like, if you're going to go open a new business, for example, you can't just like invest all this money into a business and have it in the back of your mind that you're going to fail, right? You can see that that's a possibility. Okay, a lot of people fail in businesses within the first 2 years, but then there's so many of those, including me, because I've started several businesses. I did not fail because I said, yeah, that's an option that I don't choose for myself. And I committed to being a success in my business, and I had a very successful private practice. So, but also relationships, right? As a psychotherapist, when I worked with couples, I did both premarital counseling and then I did marriage counseling. And what I noticed is that a lot of couples went into a relationship or into a marriage already deciding that divorce was an option, that divorce was their way out. They went into the marriage hoping that they wouldn't have to do it, but already expecting that that was going to possibly be something. And before they knew it, they were sitting in marriage counseling or arguing and already anticipating the ending of their relationship. However, those couples that went into it said, no, we love each other. It's a choice. We're going to commit to each other. We want this to work. That is a commitment, knowing that it's going to work and doing everything to make the relationship work. Instead of saying, well, we're incompatible, or looking for the reasons why you won't succeed. Well, if you do that, you're not going to really be successful at anything you do, whether it's a relationship, a business startup, or anything. If you're already looking for the reasons why it can't work, then you are going to fail, okay? I've been there, done that, not judging. I've done this many times with different things, and I learned my lesson that you have to look for what is successful and what is actually working instead of focusing on what's not working. You guys following? So, commitment to your end goal is so important. So important. But the second thing is expectation. Neville Goddard talks about this, right? That you don't expect it to work. That is why things don't work out. And while you might say, well, no, I do expect things to work, you got to ask yourself, are you committed more to this working, or are you committed more to this not working out for you? In The Magician's Way, he quotes in there, and he says, you only imagine what you want if you're guaranteed it's going to work out. You're not willing to imagine it, not knowing if it will work out or not. So you're playing the game of fear of losing. So in other words, you're not willing to risk imagining something because you're afraid it's not going to work out. So maybe some of you said, well, I've imagined it and it hasn't worked out for me. Were you committed to it working? Or if you really sit with yourself and ask yourself, did I expect this to work, or did I expect this to not work? So there's going to be a stronger energy within you showing you the truth. You can't hide from your own truth. So it's best to be honest with yourself, and really you have to see where you are right now so that you can say, you know what, I accept that I haven't really been expecting this to work for me. I want it to work. Well, you can want all day long, and you can wish and imagine and want it to work all day long, but if you expect it not to work, and how do you know you're expecting it not to work? Because you are distracted. You are reacting to the 3D. You are reacting to your thoughts, the feelings that you have inside. You keep reacting to everything, and you're seeing it as evidence that it's not here, because you're seeing the 3D as evidence instead of your inner world as the evidence. So expecting it not to work, it feels cruddy. And then you keep seeking outside of you, keep seeking for answers. You keep looking for solutions, looking for other people. Oh, did they have success in it? Okay, so how many people have had success in manifesting this? Okay, then you keep seeking for more evidence that it could work, because you're trying to get to a point where you're like, I know for a fact, for guaranteed, without a doubt, locked, sealed, and delivered, that this technique or this person is telling me that it's gonna work, and then now I can believe that it's gonna work. Do you see? And that is what I see a lot of people doing, and including myself. This used to be me too, not gonna lie, right? So instead, what you do is you're expecting it to work because of who you are. And this is something that I want to drive home, because it has changed so many things for my clients and for myself when they focus on who they are. Why is it that I can manifest? What is it about an affirmation that makes it work? Why is it that I have this power within me? What is it? Where is it? How does it work? Instead of focusing on the wish, on the manifestation, on the technique, on the process, on the book, on the video, or whatever, you are going within, expecting it to work because of who you are. That is a game changer, you guys. I drew this little analogy for you. I hope you guys can see it with that ring light circle on there. But okay, so this is you, okay? So you've made a choice in the now that you want something, right? And here it is. That's the target. That's your aim, whatever it is. Money, SP, a house, job, career, vacations, whatever. Anything that you want. Your ideal body, your health, anything. So you've made a choice and you say, this is what I want. And you're like, cool, you're feeling good. And you made your decision and you're just like, yes, okay? And you understand now that expectation comes from the I am, right? Because you know who you are, and that is why you get what you want. You can expect things to work out because of who you are, not because of a technique, not because of the right word or affirmation you use, not because of anything else, right? But because you know who you are, you can expect this to work, and you are committed to this. Here's the thing. You're committed to the target despite all of this other stuff, right? What's all this other stuff? 3D, the past, the future, right? This isn't working. So if you're committed more to it's not working, reacting to the past or the future, reacting to what you see, reacting to what you hear, if you're committed more here, if your focus is more on these things than on this, then you are more committed to this not working than it working, because it does make a difference. You can see these, you can observe these things happening in your experience in your reality, in your 3D reality, you can observe those and understand, I know that these are here because I manifested these already from previous thoughts and beliefs, okay? But now I choose to look above them and focus only on my target, and that's it. Doesn't matter what's happening in my reality. I'm going to keep myself tethered to this target. Do you see? It's a straight shot from I am, expectation, through you, right to your target. It's a straight arrow shot. And everything else is all the peanut gallery, all the chirping, all the heard and see, and but they said this, but they said that, and it looks like this, and I heard this, and I read that, and the doctor said this, and the lawyer said that, or the landlord said this, right? This is all the chirping, right? And you can observe it, and you can handle it according to whatever you got to do. You can go through the motions, but inside, in your inner world, your eye is on the target. Your inner eye is on the target. Your outer eyes are looking at this, but your inner eye is on only one thing, your end scene, your wish fulfilled, and nothing else. And when you faithfully commit to that choice, no matter what, and you have the expectation because you know who you are, remember, you're not expecting it from the 3D version of yourself, because in that scripture, it's in the Bible, it says, I can do nothing, but with God, all things are possible. In other words, with that inner power that you have within you, with that source, that infinite intelligence, that God, that whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. Some people are getting hung up in, I notice in the Course of Community, with the term God, with saying God, that I am God. You don't have to use that word. I use it because that is what I believe it is, and that's what I choose to believe it is, right? But it's not the religious God that I was brought up with. No, that is long gone from me. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it the universe. You can call it the kitty cat unicorn power. I don't care what you call it. It's this energy, this force within you, right? That is why you are able to stand on the expectation that it must work if you remain focused on, because you are guiding this power that you stand on. You are standing on the power that you have the ability to have it all, to do anything you want. You're standing in faith on that power with expectation that if you keep your eye here, that this is what you experience. Now, just as easy, you can decide to focus your attention to one of these things, and that power will help you experience any of these unwanted things as well. But if you say, it doesn't matter what I see, right? Kind of like I've said before, horses in the city wear little blinders on the side of their eyes so that they don't get distracted by people, cars, and different things, because they have very sensitive eyes and ears. And so they put little blinders on them so that they only look forward, right? Look at yourself the same way. You're like, I know there's stuff going on around here that I like or I don't like, but I'm going to stay focused on my target, because I know with expectation and my commitment to that focus that I will see results. When? Don't concern yourself with it. The minute you start asking yourself how long it's going to take, when is it going to happen, blah, 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 but my story, but this, but that, but I've tried this, but I tried that, you're already getting distracted. Observe yourself and say, I'm getting distracted. And literally tell yourself, I'm getting distracted. I've been more committed. You got to be honest, right? Because for me, I knew I was doing this, right? And I just say I was more committed to this not working. I would do the process, imagining, whatever, but I really wasn't expecting it to work. But when I dove into who I am, that nothing is impossible with the I am. But as Rose, I was struggling, trying to do techniques, trying to do process. But with God, all things are possible, and this is happening, right? When? I don't know. How? I don't know. That is not my job description. My only job is to make the focus, carry my focus on the target that I want happening. And this power within me will do the rest, will handle all of the unfolding for me. And it'll happen in so many magical ways. And Neville talks about, like your intensity of your focus. That's what it is. It's like how you focus are you, or how distracted are you? And that's what you guys can ask yourself. Are you getting more distracted with everything around you? Or are you really laser focused? Because you can answer that to yourself. You can lie and tell everybody else that no, I'm really, but then you notice that you're really not expecting and you're not committed. So when you expect, and it's funny because even Neville talks about the expectant mother, right? That it takes 9 months. He talks about these time zones, but you are literally expecting the result of that target that you have selected. So thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the Rosey Life. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. All right, bye.